All right, folks, we are in the home stretch. We've got 7 more days of Vulgarity for Charity left, and we don't have any episodes coming out next week. Sorry, it's American Thanksgiving. So this is going to be my last chance to sell you on making a donation. So let's set aside the roast for a second, because this was never really about the roasts. There's always been this tacit understanding that we would be happy to insult your shitty brother-in-law for free, and you'd be happy to donate to the charity without Tom ripping out anybody's soul and leaving it quivering and naked before them. We mostly just add the vulgarity because it rhymes. And let's set aside for a second all the great work that Recovering from Religion does. And it is great work. It's life-saving work in some instances. I mean, you know how when you first started calling yourself an atheist, or when you first realized that there was such a thing as an atheist community, and you were just bursting with enthusiasm, you had all those thoughts on all the kind of resources that atheists should create for one another? Yeah, that's Recovering from Religion. They help ex-religious people find community. They help doubting religious people find clarity. They help traumatized atheists find therapy. Sorry, I'm supposed to be setting this aside. It's really good shit, but I'm going to set it aside. We set all that aside. We set aside the charity that we're raising money for and the way that we're raising money. And what's left? Us. Our community. Our godless, heathenous, lecherous, porn-addicted, baby-eating, gay, trans, asexual, bisexual, demisexual, feminist, socialist, communist, demon-filled, God-hating, Satan-worship, abortion-having, woke, liberal, radical, atheist community. That community that has no expectation of posthumous reward. Hell, no guarantee of pre-humous reward, right? Since we're only doing 100 of the roasts. That community made up of people whose morals are constantly called into question for no fucking reason but their refusal to play along with a lie. That community was called upon to do good, and it did so to the tune of $70,000 and counting again. Now, look, I get that fate wasn't exactly kind to the timing of our fundraiser this year, right? The government shutdown and all of those layoffs and the interruptions to SNAP benefits fucked a lot of people up, and it left a lot more people in immediate need than normal. But even with all of that, we're still on pace to possibly hit our goal of $100,000 raised before midnight on Thanksgiving. And that could only happen if ours was a community made up of people that were at least as generous as the people who are trying to buy their way into paradise with their charity. And look, we can talk on and on about what that says about them, right? Because either it means that they don't actually think that there's a God up there tallying the score, or they genuinely believe that and still can't be bothered to be more charitable than people who don't. Whatever it's saying, it's not complimentary. But let's set that aside too, and let's just look in the mirror. Because this isn't a huge podcast, right? We're not one of the podcasting titans. You got to start dividing the subgenres pretty thin before we're in the top 10 of anything. Our audience doesn't skew towards millionaires and billionaires. It's just a bunch of people who are downright eager to support a good cause when they see one. So this isn't just a gold star beside the name of our podcast and our partners in this thing, Tom and Cecil over at Cognitive Dissonance. And it's not just all the shit that it's going to do and allow Recovering from Religion to do, right? It's also proof of concept. And that concept is fucking humanism. So it's pretty important, right? It's a reminder that every time churches justify their existence by all the charity they inspire and the lack of secular equivalence, they're full of shit and they know it. They know it as much as they care to check. Human beings are just inclined to help one another, and all you got to do is let them make an avenue they can go down, and they will. So one last time, unless you count the ad later in the show and the hard sell I'm going to give you in the outro, if you want to help us get over our $100,000 goal, please go to recoveringfromreligion.org and donate as much as you can. And even if you don't want somebody roasted, be sure to click the Vulgarity for Charity tab along the banner and fill out the form so that they know to count your donation towards our total. That's recoveringfromreligion.org, or just check the very first link on the show notes, because good is better when it's for its own sake.